Chapter 28, Reunion.
The date, December 10th, 2039. Time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard.
In a small urban home in Rhode Island lived a Catholic family comprising a mother, father, a 15-year-old son, an 11-year-old daughter, and a grandmother. They had just finished their Saturday night family movie and were preparing for bed. After bidding goodnight to their grandmother, who then retired to her room, the children wanted to stay up a bit longer to play hollow games. However, their parents insisted on bedtime. The next day, they had plans to rise early, have breakfast, and go Christmas shopping at the mall. While the children expressed their disappointment, they eventually complied and went to bed. With the kids finally asleep, the parents welcomed the quiet time together and soon followed suit, heading to bed themselves. By 11:37 p.m., everyone in the house was sleeping soundly.
The date, December 11th, 2039. Time, 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard.
As the household slept, each family member transitioned from slow-wave sleep to rapid eye movement sleep simultaneously. Their closed eyes twitched, and they experienced the content of their dreams. This night was no different from others except for the dream content. The downloads had commenced. Prime 2's streamed information was relayed through Space's mechanical relay stations, ensuring a 96-hour transmission to reach everyone on Earth. The download itself took no more than 5 minutes per person, and once done, the receivers woke up.
The date, December 11th, 2039. Time, 12:06 a.m. Eastern Standard.
The Rhode Island family woke up together, processing the new information they had received and feeling astonished by the revelations. Firm in their faith, the family dynamics shifted.
Life on other planets,
The father thought, glancing at his wife. Both parents left their beds and hurried to the living room, finding their children and grandmother already seated, united by their experience. Words were unnecessary. They all knew what had happened. Even staunch disbelievers couldn't deny the validity. It was as if they had all shared a close encounter. The holographic screen activated, displaying an emergency broadcast tone with a message.
Please stand by.
The President of the United States would address the nation at 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The family gathered, waiting anxiously.
I don't understand. Why would they harvest us like that? Inflict diseases?
The little girl asked.
I know, sweetheart, it's complex.
The father replied.
Let's listen to the president.
Minutes passed, the standard holographic message faded, and the president appeared behind her desk in the Oval Office.
Fellow Americans, tonight I address you.
The date, December 11th, 2039. Time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Serafina was summoned to leave her quarters, flying to Washington, D.C. for a meeting with the president and cabinet members. The floaters had been indirectly cooperating with Earth's governments, with some Earthlings privy to their planet's knowledge. Unbeknownst to these select few, the floaters were harvesting consciousness to sustain their population and controlling Earth's populace through diseases. Serafina welcomed the chance to meet the president, eager to use her newly gathered intelligence about Spencer's consciousness hacking and his theft of Central Circuit's sole sentient android to gain more tools. Serafina and Commander Latif were transported from Delaware to the White House. Upon arrival, Commander Latif fell ill, leaving Serafina to meet the president alone, untroubled by her sick colleague. Serafina underwent a thorough screening process before entering the White House. After being cleared of any materials or diseases, she received instructions to proceed. Directed into the Oval Office, she awaited the president's arrival. Reviewing her planned speech, she was poised to offer specific resources to the United States government, though it came with a cost. The Oval Office's door opened, and the president, along with key members of her cabinet, entered. Serafina rose to introduce herself. While the president and her staff knew of Serafina's involvement with the LP, they were unaware of her connection to Melchior or the Guardians. Seated behind her desk, the president led the discussion.
Today, we convene to address the information our citizens have received. Your planet's technological marvels are not unknown to us. However, the revelation of consciousness harvesting and control through viruses troubles us. Diseases like HIV, Ebola, and more have been administered. I must state that any planet allowing this is not one I'll associate with. Our confidence in your Prime 2 stopping these virus downloads is unexplainable. We must decide how to handle the aliens here and prevent such actions.
Serafina sensed that this was the start of many speeches she'd deliver worldwide, beginning with this crucial moment.
I deeply apologize for these atrocities your civilizations have endured. I am not connected to these acts and have strived to halt them. Today's truth is difficult. A faction called floaters, extremists from our society, orchestrates these attacks. I, as part of Guardians, seek interplanetary peace. Floaters evade your tech, shunning PX, conducting secret meetings, conspiring to control planets. Spencer Cade is one, infiltrating servers, orchestrating attacks like Darwin and Moab. He now resides in an android named Adam, likely a preemptive strike against Earth's evolution. This is a perilous situation.
Serafina continued, addressing the room's occupants.
I have evidence of a compound in New York with advanced tech, mission reports, intel on Earth, and foreign operatives. We offer Guardians allegiance, displacement technology that instantly transports within Earth. Sharing is optional. Align with us. Receive tech and disclosure about us. Our ask, control of Platt's nuclear plant for interplanetary transport tech. A Guardian team awaits your questions on Pennsylvania Avenue. Watch this.
Serafina transformed into light and vanished. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff turned to the president, saying,
"She has my vote."
The date, December 12th, 2039. Time 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard.
Jade and Reece exited a local diner in West Brattleboro, Vermont. Jade remarked on the delicious breakfast they had just enjoyed. They decided to go shopping in downtown Brattleboro to buy some Christmas gifts. Additionally, they intended to observe the reactions of the citizens who had recently discovered they were not alone in the galaxy. Aliens from another world had been living on Earth. Jade and Reece were both surprised that the news didn't seem to bother anyone. There was even a man at the intersection of High and Main Street holding a sign that read, "Congratulations to the little green men for coming out of the closet." While there was considerable debate about moral standings and the implications for organized religion, there was no violence, nor were people running around screaming, "It's the end of the world." It was just another day in Brattleboro, Vermont, with something intriguing to discuss. After finishing their shopping, Jade and Reece retreated to their cabin. They sat back, relaxed, and Reece finalized the information he was about to submit to Technology Gold.
Our citizens are forming factions. Many are in an uproar about how the Tureian government intentionally prevented their citizens from reproducing naturally.
Oshea said to Melchior,
I understand. Our world is falling apart.
Some resource providers refuse to deal with Guardians and vice versa. Our industrial affiliates won't cooperate due to conflicting faction alliances. There have even been reports of physical violence. How can our advanced society be so immature?
Asked Oshea.
From all of this, I've learned that no matter how advanced one is mentally, physically, or technologically, if your beliefs are based on falsehoods, the truth will eventually surface, leading to the downfall of that society,
replied Melchior.
So, what's our course of action?
We move forward. We suppress the floaters' movement. Our goal of transforming Earth into our new home continues. The virus is active, and Serafina is establishing a foothold within their governments.
Melchior responded, sipping his favorite tropical leaf tea at his desk.
What about Prime 2 and its resources?
What about it? We won't find common ground with the opposing force. The council and population seem divided, so we eliminate our adversaries. Once they're gone, we become the majority. We take control of Prime 2, extract what we can, and dismantle its mainframe. And Zakai, we must remove him before he merges with Prime 2.
Oshea questioned.
But how?
Don't worry, I have everything under control,
assured Melchior.
Are you referring to the 3-tier project at Central Circuit?
Asked Oshea.
Yes, Tier 1, Adam, is complete. Tier 2 enables us to use the displacement beam for interplanetary transport. Tier 3 allows us to harvest consciousnesses from Earth. Luckily, Zakai embedded the necessary software within Jade. That's why we need control before the floaters do.
I'm still unclear why Zakai placed that software in Jade,
said Oshea.
It was a safety measure. If our planet self-destructs, we'll have a place to rebuild society on Earth,
explained Melchior.
But doesn't that rely on Serafina?
Yes, and I have no doubts. Serafina will see it through. Now let's go. We have a massacre to attend.
Oshea and Melchior left the reflection room in the Ark and headed to Mileva's cliffside home.
At the last gathering, Mileva seemed to change her stance,
noted Oshea.
Yes, she played a significant role in getting the stone into Jade's hands,
Melchior said with a slight grin.
I'm anticipating our reunion.
As Spencer drove up I-91 in an untraceable borrowed vehicle, he reminisced about his successful escape. The security was minimal, and disabling the tracking devices Central Circuit had implanted in Adam proved more challenging than infiltrating. Spencer overcame these obstacles, incapacitating the guards and leaving them bound and gagged in the rear of the car. He set the vehicle's course for Virginia, anticipating the recipients' surprise when they found their guards restrained and Adam missing. "One place where I can't be found," Spencer thought, considering where to process the vast information from Central Circuit. His uncle's cabin in Vermont seemed ideal. He hoped his memories would reveal his connection to Tureis and the significance of the figure 8 symbol from his youth. Had he always been involved, directly or indirectly? And why did his death's date and time hold such a significant code? As Spencer's borrowed vehicle exited at exit 2 and turned right onto Western Avenue, he fondly recalled his previous visits to his uncle's place. Yet the memories he desperately sought still eluded him. Navigating into the driveway, he noticed another vehicle with New York license plates parked there. Surprised, as the sole person he knew from New York who knew of this place was Reece, Spencer's concern remained tempered. He figured that if it were a trap, it would have sprung by now. With this reasoning, he approached the front door, unlocked it, and entered. Examining the living room, he spotted something unbelievable. Reece was there, fast asleep on the old, worn leather couch that held nostalgic significance. Spencer ambled over and nudged Reece in an attempt to rouse him, to no avail. Second and third nudges prompted only a groggy,
"Leave me alone, I'm sleeping."
Frustrated, Spencer leaned in and shouted into Reece's ear.
Wake up, you fool, it's me.
This time, Reece jolted awake. As his gaze focused on the figure looming above, he exclaimed,
"Adam, is that you? Why on earth are you here? Oh my God, are Central Circuit agents outside? Wait, let me explain."
Calm down, please. I'm not Adam.
"You're not, but you look just like him. Then who are you?"
It's me, Spencer Cade.
Reece squinted, incredulous.
"What? Are you out of your mind?"
No, Reece, it's really me. I can prove it. The day I died, the last thing I told you was that I wanted you to look after Jade.
Spencer proceeded to recount specific situations and statements known only to Reece and himself, extending the litany for a good 10 minutes. Reece finally stared directly into Spencer's eyes and uttered,
"Spencer, my God, it is you. How did you end up inside Adam? I saw you die. Did Central Circuit extract your mind and somehow implant it into Adam to save him?"
Save who?
Spencer questioned, perplexed.
"Save Adam. Wait, you don't know? Adam's core was failing, and they were attempting a temporary fix. Then I found myself in a bit of a predicament."
Spencer interjected.
A predicament? What happened?
"It's a long story, one you might not believe, or perhaps you will, or maybe you already know. I don't even know anymore, so much has unfolded."
You're right. A lot has transpired. We need to sit down and discuss everything. But first, there's one thing I need to know.
Spencer stressed in a concerned and somber tone.
Where is my daughter?
As those words left Spencer's lips, Jade descended from the spiral staircase with tears forming.
Dad, is that really you?
To be continued.
Thank you for embarking on this literary journey. I hope you've enjoyed this audiobook as much as I enjoyed bringing it to life. Your support means the world. Please consider leaving a review or rating on your audiobook platform. Your feedback helps grow The Infinite Evolution and reach more listeners like you. If you'd like to stay updated on our latest releases or discover more from this author, please visit the website at theinfiniteevolution.com or subscribe to the newsletter. Remember, the world of literature is a vast and wondrous place. Until we meet again in the next story, happy reading, and thank you for being part of our literary community.
They have yet heard of me. I promise both the Tureisians and Earthlings a future of unfathomable terror.